A surprising retirement yesterday, Rob. Linebacker, all-pro linebacker, Luke Kuechly retired at the age of 28. He gave a video statement. It was very heartfelt, said he was going to miss the game and so on and so forth. This is a guy, Rob, that in 8 NFL seasons, he made 7 Pro Bowls, 5-time All-Pro. Look, he didn't play a long time. He's a Hall of Famer.
He was good when he played.
Do you agree that he's a Hall of Famer?
I don't know. I just don't know what because he didn't play. He played a short amount of time. I just don't know what the standards are. Sometimes guys like that.
He should make Gale Sayers play the short. And I'm just Gale Sayers is Gale Sayers, but
no, I get it. But I'm just saying I don't know
5 times in 8 years. That's gotta make it.
Drew Pearson's on the line. He wants to do qualifications.
I love Drew. I like Drew. Was my second favorite receiver to Lynn.
Man, he was hurt though. Did you see that video?
Yeah.
Oh man, he was hurt.
I did see it. But Kuechly was the Defensive Player of the Year once in 2013, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
It's an unbelievable resume.
Yeah, I think he makes it, even though it's a shortened career. But anyway, he didn't explain why he retired. You'll hear it. Let's hear it now, and then we'll get into it.
It's never the right time to step away, but now is the right time for me. And it's a tough decision. I've thought about it a lot, and I think now is the right chance for me to move on. For me, now is the right opportunity to move in a different direction. And there's only one way to play this game since I was a little kid is to play fast and play physical and play strong. And at this point, I don't know if I'm able to do that anymore.
He didn't reference his health.
He was emotional
I guess
too.
If you say at this point I can't do it anymore, so
right.
Maybe that's a little bit of a hint. But here's what we do know. He missed 7 games between 2015 and 2017. He missed 7 games due to concussions. 7 games from concussions.
That's a lot.
And remember one of his last concussions, maybe it was his last one, he was crying on the field. And it's not that he's soft, but whether
probably
it was
just
the pain or just
the idea to hear it go another one. You know
right.
what I mean?
Or maybe he lost control because
right.
the brain trauma or whatever.
Have you had concussion when you play football? Or you don't know you did.
I think I don't know for a fact that I had.
You never got pulled out.
It was called
because
ringing your bell.
Right.
But one time I was a freshman. I played running back, and I was going in. We were at the goal line. I had scored a touchdown, and we were going for the 2 points. And I ran in. I just cut. I saw a hole and cut up. Man, this dude came, Al Gallardo.
You remember his name?
Came out, because I knew him from baseball and all that. Came out of nowhere. And I ain't even see him. And just rocked me. And next thing I know, I was 7 feet away on my back. And one of his teammates picked me up. I was woozy. I played the whole game. That was in the first quarter. I played the whole game, carried it about 20 times, something like that, scored 2 touchdowns. I mean, you asked 2 touchdowns in a 14-0 win.
But he didn't say that it was 2 yards a carry.
And what makes it better, I probably did it on a concussion.
You probably had a concussion.
I probably
They
had a
weren't
concussion.
even doing that stuff. Like when you think about what people played under and no doctors or I'm not.
It used to be getting your bell rung.
Right? And that was it. Get
I had
back
a
in.
headache. You're right. It was, can you play? Yeah, I'm all right. I never forget, one of our coaches was a social studies teacher. Next day, I was in class. He was like, "You a tough little son of a gun, man."
Is that right? You know you got rocked.
You got rocked, but came back. But anyway, this is the question, Rob. Do you think this is going to be a trend? Because look, Rob Gronkowski retires at the age of 29.
Yep.
Luke Kuechly was 28, as I said. Andrew Luck, 29 years old when he retired. Patrick Willis a few years back, 30 years old when he retired. I'm not going to go into Calvin Johnson because that had nothing to do with health. Barry Sanders, yeah, all that. But this is a lot. These are stars in there, still relatively young, retiring. Do you think this is a problem for the NFL or maybe become a trend?
I think that there is a situation where players are far more conscious of their health, long-term health, than ever before. And if you're able to, Chris, make some money, this ain't the old NFL where guys like literally once you were out of the game, you're broke. Like the day you left
for life.
Right. Now you can take
One
away a
big
nice
contract.
nest egg and be good for a long time. So I think people are looking at it and going, man, this is not good. I'm not feeling great. You know what I mean? I want to be able to play with my kids, right? Stuff like that. These are young guys with young families.
Yep.
And you start thinking about that. And I think that's why when it's health related, not just quitting just to quit, okay, I got a big contract, I'm going to just quit. But when their health is at risk, Chris, I think that a lot more will definitely think about stepping out if it's a health risk.
Yeah, you said it. The money is so great. It's generational changing money. You know, life changing money.
If
for not
if
only
you take
but
care of it, your kids and your family
right.
and whatever.
Yep, and that's why what Marshawn Lynch said in his own way: take care of your chicken, i.e., money. And he was right.
I thought he was talking about wins
I know
for
you
Buffalo
thought.
Wild
I know
Wings.
what you thought.
That's what I thought.
But anyway, yeah. Does it become a trend? Look, here's what I think probably is happening with Kuechly. I hope I'm wrong. He may already be seeing signs, right, of brain trauma. Unfortunately, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're wrong too, but I think it's not out of the realm of possibility. I think because of what we've seen, the same thing. You think Andrew Luck just wanted to walk away? Just got beat.
He had so many injuries.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's been beat up so much. He's just like, I can't do this anymore.
Look, man, football is war.
And remember,
it is a tough sport, and you got to
your
give
career
these
could be
the ultimate credit.
Wiped out every play. Every play there's a collision, like a car accident.
Yep.
It ain't like some of these other sports where you can play.
No. Basketball, baseball.
You see guys in baseball play 20 years.
Yeah.
You can play 20 years easily and walk off the field, Chris, and you're in good shape.
Yep.
20 years.
So I have no problem with dudes getting their money and then retiring early. He still played 8 years. He still, like I said, I believe is a Hall of Famer. And so what else is there to do? Yeah, he didn't win a Super Bowl, but hopefully he can get out with his health. He's got enough money to enjoy the rest of his life, and he still will be remembered as a great linebacker. So, he probably looked at it like, what's there to stay around for?
Right.
All right, your turn to weigh in, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Are you expecting early retirements to become the new normal in today's NFL? Joseph in Virginia, you're on with Chris and Rob.
Good evening, fellas. How are you?
What's up? How you?
What's happening?
Doing well. I would have to say that it's gonna. I think it's gonna happen a lot more often than we think. With this social awareness, the social consciousness, if you will, that's arising, especially in the game. People are starting to miss out on a lot, and they're starting to realize it. One thing that I was a Colts supporter and I still am, but Andrew Luck, he had his wife beside him, and she was bearing a child, and I could understand you being hurt X many years, X amount of times, rehabbing over and over again. That could get draining, and you spending so much time with that game. I could understand why you would just say, hey, I think it's time for me to go ahead and hang it up and spend time with the family.
No, yeah. I do too. Joseph, no doubt about it. People are more in tune. We used to do stuff that you think, you go back and go, really? Like, people wouldn't go to their wife's side. She's having a baby. She's having your child.
Right.
Oh, no, I got a game tonight. You know what I mean? Like, now players take paternity, right?
Yep.
Leaves. And they'll miss 3 days or 4 days. Pro athletes never did that.
Right.
Never. I remember a guy with the Houston Oilers was roundly criticized for going to his wife's side while she was having a baby and missing a game. People were so pissed at this dude.
Wow.
And now nobody would even think of that.
Right. All right, let's go to Jay in Cincinnati. Jay, you're on with Chris and Rob.
In the Natty. Jay.
Fellas.
What's happening?
All right. This is my favorite show, man.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it.
We got love for the Natty. I'm from there.
And I worked in Cincinnati. I was the first black baseball writer for the Cincinnati Enquirer.
Yeah, I know that. I know y'all bios, man. Yeah, y'all got love for the city, man.
Yep.
That's what I want to say about this. I think you're gonna see it more often because of this generational money. If you get that second contract, I mean, why beat up your body? You know,
Right.
why beat up your brain? You know what I'm saying? If you can, if you can establish yourself business wise, people are more smarter these days, man. They invested in, and and doing a lot with the money.
Nah, no question. And that generational money means all the difference in the world.
It means a big difference, no doubt. Thanks, Jay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, nah, I don't know. This is interesting. Will it become a trend? Because, again, 3 players in the last year essentially have retired at a young age.
But I
you
think,
can always point – I mean, Jim Brown retired at a young I think 29.
But he wasn't making
Still
any
in his
money in
prime.
the
No.
NFL. And
Well, he went to
Hollywood
become an actor.
to make way more money.
But, again, it was a financial incentive in there. Whereas these guys, because they've made so much money, they can afford to retire. He left to make more money.
Right.
So
and he was a
money
great.
does
Can you
matter.
imagine a great player walking away going, I'm going to Hollywood. Next thing you know, he's making a movie with Raquel Welch.
Yeah, that's not a bad trade.
No, not at all. Joe in
You
North
go
Carolina.
from rolling around with Marion Motley to rolling around with Raquel Welch. Joe in North Carolina, what's happening?
Yeah, I agree. I think that a lot of players are going to retire earlier because players today make so much more money compared to what an average person's salary is than they did 30, 40 years ago. I mean, Hank Aaron made $100,000 a year. How much money would he make now?
Oh,
So I'm saying that
you're right. Hank Aaron might be making $40 million
he'd be
a
making
year.
as much as anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that I mean, if you've got $100 million already in the bank, or $50 million, or $20 million, why are you going to risk keep getting concussions so you can't even think, have a life when you're 40? So
Yeah.
that's all.
Thanks,
Good
Joe.
call, Joe. I just hope that Kuechly is not already having, experiences.
Especially with 7
brain trauma.
concussions.
Right,
Oh.
right. Because you think it would – sometimes it might be something like that leads a guy to leave the game he loves at 28.
Hey, Greg in Minnesota, you're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What you got?
Hey, guys, I just want to let you know, you guys got a great show, man. I listen to you every night now. It's kind of an appointment I keep now.
My man.
Hey, Greg, you know what?
Thank
Let
you,
me tell you
brother.
something. People call up and say nice things, but every time we hear it, we appreciate it that you support the show. You're enjoying what we're doing. Seriously, it means a lot. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. You guys earned it. Hey, look, I just wanted to say, in agreement with what you guys are saying, if a player's health is in possible jeopardy, then, yeah, I think you'll probably see a trend that way, in certain positions. But I played a little football, never blessed physically to be able to play professionally.
Right.
But if you've got a love for the game and you love playing, I don't know that I would concern myself with any kind of a trend. I do think, though, that to echo Beast Mode's sentiments, and I don't know, I've never heard the term taking care of your chicken, but yeah.
That was the first time I ever
I
heard
never
it.
heard that either.
Right.
But yeah, I think, and there are players who, and I was reading an article the other day where there are several players who are still, they've gotten in trouble here, and you're making too much money.
Right.
I mean, nobody
There's
ever
no
says it, but you're
excuse
making too much money.
nowadays. For the
Yeah,
superstars, no excuse.
There's no excuse for that. But yeah, I think the game is going to even grow. I think Kuechly's decision will be the norm now. I mean, guys getting. I mean, he's made
So you
$65,
think
$70
after
million.
8 years, late 20s, early 30s, dudes will be
Yeah.
retiring?
Yeah, and that's a good time. I mean, you've got your life, again, unless you're one of those guys who are in love with the game, and this is what you've been called to do, then at 28, 30 years old, you've got another life. You want to go do something else, family, whatever it may be, entrepreneurism, business, whatever that may be, then you've earned generational money, then yeah, why not? Especially at the linebacker position.
Yeah,
I
no
feel
doubt,
you.
Greg. Good call, man. We appreciate you again. Thank you.
What's happening, y'all? It's Chris Broussard.
I'm Rob Parker.
And we are
The Odd Couple. Check us out as often as you can on YouTube.
And always remember, I'm Oscar, and he's Felix.
Oh, man. Are you serious?